My name is Jazz, and thanks for entering the Lobby of Hobbies. It's been a while. I think I did one video earlier this week. It's been a month of my hiatus, but I'm back with another video. Listen, 2 videos in a week, but get ready for this one because I have another top list. We're doing a top 6 list, but I have special guests for this one. Be ready because these two amazing people, I love their channel. They've shown me some love, but everything that you see from them, they're the way they are, their dynamic together is incredible. So we came together, we compiled a list for you guys. Hopefully you guys discover some games that you want to add to your collection, or maybe you have them in your collection, you haven't played them as much as you would like, and maybe just from how much we love them or how much we've pretty much played them or enjoy them, maybe you want to check them out too. So stay tuned for this one. All right. So like I said, I have 2 special guests, and without further ado, my friends from way up north from the channel Foster the Meeple on YouTube. Yeah, you know them because they've been blowing up in the past 4 months. This is Jeff and Jamie. Let's get them on. Jeff and Jamie, how's it going, guys?
Hello.
I'm blushing.
That was such a good intro. Thank you.
Listen. I don't know. I don't feel like I do good intros, but listen, you guys are doing some incredible stuff. And, we've been talking back and forth about getting a chance to do a collaboration video together. We talked about this one. I want to say that this is probably, I think, Jamie's brilliant mind coming up with some good topics, right? Listen,
Definitely.
Jeff, we kind of always default to the women, right?
I don't do I don't do anything.
He just shows up. He shows up to record. That's it.
So you guys will probably see me looking this way because this is where my computer monitor is, but I will be talking to you guys this way, the audience, but you guys specifically, when I'm looking over here, that's because I'm giving you guys all the attention. All right. So I'm going to drop this title up on the screen because this is something that Jamie came up with, and this is our top 6 games that we've played the most, and this is with Foster the Meeple. So what you guys are going to see are our top 6 games that we play the most from our collection. Sometimes they may not even be from our collection, but you're going to see the first 3, so 6 through 4 are going to be here on this channel, and the last 3 are going to be over on the Foster the Meeple channel. The Foster the Meeple channel. So I want you guys down in the description. I'm going to have a link to the to Jeff and Jamie's video, so you guys can follow with the last 3, which I think everybody wants to see what those 3 are. But we do have, cliffhanger. We do have honorable mentions as well. I don't know where my dogs are. I know you guys have animals, so you may see animals coming through this, and I love it. But real quick, Jeff and Jamie, the people that don't know you from my channel, give a little bit about you guys, how you got into the hobby really quick, and pretty much why you love this hobby. Whatever the case may be, this is your floor to just spit game.
Oh, well, we've been playing board games since, I think we started 2016.
Yeah, roughly.
Yeah, and my brother is so into board games. He's forced this hobby on us, and thankfully so, because now it's kind of overtaken our life. So we ended up, we love it so much that we decided to start a YouTube channel on it, all about board games and board gamey things.
Yeah, I think part of it too was just meeting some awesome people, which we've done already, like yourself, Jazz, and some other people in the hobby, and just trying to get people engaged with it and bringing attention to how many awesome games there are in the community and stuff like that. So yeah.
And I think it's pretty cool because this is your first rodeo at YouTube. You guys you had a previous YouTube channel that you guys did book reviews, right? Like, I guess the books that you were reading. And I had Derek and Lizzie Funkhauser from the Board Game Spotlight on earlier this week, and they were talking about how much of avid readers they are, and I kind of shot you guys a shout out because I know how much of avid readers you are. And like they said I always said I wanted to read more, and they were telling me, Jazz, you just got to do the audiobook. And listen, I started my audiobook today for the Red Rising series, because you guys just dropped a video on Red Rising. Was it today or yesterday?
Yeah, yesterday.
Yep.
Spoiler alert, I love the game. I'm not going to get. They love the game as well, so go check that video out. Actually, I'm going to put a card right up here in the description so you can check out their video as well. But I'm ready for this list. Are you guys ready for this list as well?
Oh, we're so ready.
Let's go.
All
Love
right.
lists.
So we're going to give you the number 6. You guys can go first with your number 6.
You want to start off?
Honorable mention.
Actually, yeah. Let's
honorable mention.
Heck yeah, board games, you know how we love our honorable mentions. We got to throw some extra ones in there. Definitely give us some honorable mentions.
Okay. Obviously, I would have put this one on the bottom of
we
the
stacked
pile.
these completely incorrectly.
We never come prepared. But our honorable mention for our most replayed games is Overboss from Brotherwise Games. And this game, I think this is a 2021 release. So we wanted to give this game a shout out because since we've gotten it, we've played it so many times, and we mainly play it so many times because I'm so good at it, because that's why. So I'm always the one who suggests that we play this if I need to up my winning stats. For our monthly
we should mention we're super competitive. So we have a running tally and one of us has to do a challenge if we lose. So Overboss is the one Jamie goes to if she needs some quick wins.
Yes.
Yeah, that's her go-to when she's depleted on wins, right?
Yeah,
exactly.
Definitely.
I haven't tried this one. This is like what the tile laying, right? But you're actually the evil. You're actually playing as the monster, right?
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, so it's tile placement. You're trying to build out your dungeon, basically. Kind of not really build out your. I don't really know. I'm really bad at explaining.
You're building out your overworld, and each tile represents a section of your overworld. It could be volcanoes, it could be dungeons, that sort of thing. So that's the theme.
Nice.
And it's so fun.
Awesome.
It's the same world as Boss Monster.
Okay. I have played that's the deck building one. I played that a couple times. I used to have that in my collection a while back.
Yeah.
That one's fun. So of course, honorable mention, number 7, whatever you want to call it, number 8, because I think we might do 2 honorable mentions, however we do it.
Overboss.
Yeah, why not? Overboss. So what's your 6?
Okay, our number 6, and go figure I put this one on the bottom too. This is literally how we live our lives. Everything upside down. Okay. Our number 6 most replayed game is Dice Throne from Roxley, and I'll let you talk about this one a little bit.
Yeah, so Dice Throne is basically Battle Yahtzee. If you haven't played it, we play it primarily at 2-player. It's a dice roller, and each dice face you can kind of manipulate to try and get that Yahtzee-esque attack against the other person. It's just back and forth. Rolling these dice, the other person defends with dice, and you're just basically trying to reduce the other person's hit points down to 0. Bunch of different characters in it. We only have season 1, but we enjoyed enough and get enough replayability from it. We haven't really gotten any of the expansions, but it's just a really great 2-player game. We play 2-player primary, so we really like the competitive nature of this one.
Yeah,
sure.
And this was pretty much one of our gateway games. This is Zach's game. Zach owns this game, my brother. So we stole it from him because we play it so much, and I really want to get the rest of them. There's season 1 rerolled, season 2, and there's Dice Throne Adventures, which is like a campaign version.
Crazy story. We've brought this to Disney World with us.
Yeah.
Oh,
we're like, what's a good travel game?
Where space is a premium when you're traveling. We made space for this one.
That one is a good game. I like that game. Really, really fun. Like you said, that Battle Yahtzee. I like that one. Good choice. Really good choice. So I guess that brings it over to me, right?
Yeah.
So all right.
You're on deck.
Honorable mention. Really, really funny because they mentioned some games that I'm interested in. One that I like, that I play a lot, and that actually happens to be my honorable mention. It is Dice Throne.
Nice.
So this is the season 1 reroll that Jamie was talking about. I do have the season 2 and the adventures, but I haven't played the adventures. But what's pretty cool, like they said about this game, is that it is Battle Yahtzee. You have your character. Every character plays different, so you can try them all, find which one that you like, or that kind of, I guess, your spirit animal, your spirit character. And then whether or not you are really good at that character, you you'll find someone that you like. And you have ones that are aggressive, ones that are a little bit more defensive. But what I really like about the game is that everybody's kind of like on an even playing field, because again, it comes down to dice rolls, comes down to luck, but there is some card management, some card play there that I think adds to strategy. I know some people have been really turned off and say, "Oh, it's just a luck of the roll." It's really not. When I first started the Lobby of Hobbies, we have a Discord channel, and we actually did a dice throne tournament. I don't think we ever finished it because it was just during the pandemic. It was just something to do. But this is a game that you can actually play remotely, which is pretty cool. You just set up your cameras, an overhead camera, and you just roll some dice, have some fun. I really enjoy this one.
I never thought
I never thought of that either.
That is so true.
We have to set it up. We'll set it up. Wait, listen, we can set up a little,
great idea.
I'm
little
curious
tourney
to know who's your favorite character to play with.
I'm very curious too.
Okay, so my favorite character is from season 2, and it is the Seraph. She is probably similar to the Paladin from season 1.
Okay.
Gotcha.
And the Paladin's really good. In the tournament, one of my buddies, we actually even faced up each other, I think in the semifinals, and he was the Paladin, I was the Seraph, and it was like a back and forth. They're two fairly evenly matched characters because they play the same,
Yeah, fair.
Very good defense, and then you have to really have good card play and figure out what roles you're going to try and go for to get that good attack. So that's a good one for my. Let's look, crossover already.
That's
awesome. I
didn't expect that.
So all right, so I have my number 6, and this one is a game that, let me make sure that this is my 6. Yeah, actually, it's on the bottom. I have my 5 on top. All right, so my number 6. This is the game that got my wife and I into the hobby. Like I said, my wife is more of a casual player. This is her hands down favorite game. If you watch my channel, you've probably heard it said. This is Pandemic. And what's funny is I'm going to see Jeff's face because Jeff is not a Pandemic fan.
No comment.
But Pandemic, I always say, if people who are completely new to the hobby, but they want to try a game that's going to give them that modern board game feel, this is a good entryway into the hobby because you don't really feel like you have to always compete against someone who's more experienced. You can work together. The one downfall I guess I can see sometimes with cooperative games is that there is that idea of quarterbacking where the more experienced player kind of takes over. But my wife and I have introduced this game to a lot of different people, and we're very good at, even though we kind of know everything, we're probably biting our teeth, make this decision. We kind of let them, see how the game plays out, and we just let them make the move. If they ask us for help, then we'll kind of give our 2 cents in. But it's a fun one. My wife and I have played it so much. There's so many versions of it. I think Pandemic Iberia is personally the best version if you want to play it. But if you just want to do a one and done with it, I would go with Pandemic Season 1, the Legacy version. And that's, I think right now, my most favorite board gaming experience is Pandemic Season 1, the Legacy Season 1. Just fun, me and my wife played it, played it through first 5 months, took a year off, and then went back and played it again. So
yeah, fair. I want to clear something up.
I
think Pandemic is a good game. I just had a bad experience with it, which has soured my opinion on it. Well, it's not the game's fault.
Yeah,
and it's funny because it's funny that you say that, because I have a friend who, he says he hates Pandemic, and he said for him it just comes down to a sour experience where I think he was playing with a group of people, and then there's that one person who was, quarterbacking the whole thing, or just got overly just got pissed off, I think, by somebody making the not the optimal move. Yeah. But I think it all comes down to your group, and if you can manage who your group is, this is the one that you can at least enjoy. And you may find this cooperative game is not for you, but I think it's a good entry, not only to the hobby, but also to cooperative gaming, which is something some people who are completely new to the hobby have never played before, right? Cooperative. When I play something cooperative, how do you play a board game against the board? So
yeah, I would agree. I think it's a great intro game for sure. Yeah,
nice. So number 6. So we'll jump back to you. Number 5.
Cool.
What is our number 5? Oh, nice.
It's on the bottom, on the floor.
It is on the floor. So our number 5 is Fort from Leader Games, or is it Letter Games? I never really know how to pronounce anything.
If we pronounce stuff incorrectly.
It happens all the time. So Fort is a deck builder.
Mm-hmm.
And this, like a lot of these games, are games that I pretty much just force Jeff to play all the time because I love them so much. And Fort is one of those games that the theme and the gameplay for me are just huge, because the theme is you're just a bunch of kids, you're getting pizza and toys, and you're just making friends and trying to build a fort.
Yeah.
And what we love about it is you can steal or recruit, or what, I can't remember what it's called, but you can take from the other player's park.
I think it's recruit.
Yard, right?
Yeah.
So how Jeff and I end up playing this game is we're just stealing each other's friends the whole game, so that, and we're just trying. That's basically how we play the game. We just try to make sure that the other person has no friends left at the end of the game.
It's funny, our decks never really like get any bigger because we're just stealing each other's cards the entire game.
Yeah. This is such a fun game, and it plays so well at 2 players. I prefer this at 2 players.
Yep.
We've played it at 3. But it's quick, it's fun, it doesn't take a lot of setup, and I love the theme of this game.
I definitely buy more into the theme than the mechanics of the game, but I found a trigger in that game that if I can get it, it's like an instant win.
It's a cheap trigger. We don't like to play with that one.
Sticky fingers in the ant card.
Yeah.
Game over.
Breaks the game.
It's a fun one. I've played it. I haven't introduced it to my wife yet. We like deck builders. Spoiler alert, there's a deck builder, at least maybe more than one deck builder on this list. But for me, while the theme is that kids in a park at a playground type thing, getting pizza and toys, right? It's fairly deep. There's some depth to this game. Like this is not I would say it's not a deck builder I'm going to introduce someone to the first time, because there are a lot of mechanics going on there. And I guess when you hit letter games, right? They make Root and now Oath. Like if you just look at those 2 games, like there's definitely got to be some layers of strategy in there. So
especially when you start incorporating the lookout and all the different kind of synergies that exist for scoring points. Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, but it's a fun one. I do enjoy it, and I think if my wife gives it a try, I think she's going to be the type of person to break it. And I wouldn't even tell her about the sticky fingers ant thing. She'll probably, trust me, she'll figure it out. She'll find it. Yeah. And she will spam that probably every time she plays.
Anytime we play, I just want that sticky fingers card to be plopped up, and I'm like,
mad. I was so mad after that game. I was like, never again.
Good choice. So on to my number 5, and this one is a game that I've had in my collection for probably just as long as Pandemic. Pandemic was one of the first games I had in my collection, and this one is an older one from Ravensburger Games, and this is San Juan, which is the card version of the infamous popular game Puerto Rico. And I know I'll probably get some flack for this because just the theme alone is about, colonization in Puerto Rico, and I am Puerto Rican. But what's funny is what's crazy, not funny, but what's crazy about it is while it is a colonialism game, for me when I'm playing it, I'm a heavy mechanics person, and I do understand the theme of it can be, a little bit disheartening. But when I'm playing this one specifically compared to Puerto Rico, and I've never played Puerto Rico definitely does give me more of that heavy colonization feel as opposed to this. And if you want something with a different theme but has the same kind of mechanisms, this is like a tableau builder where the first person to get 12 buildings out triggers the game. And then you look at the cards that are in your tableau. You see how you score. You'd have different types of what's the production buildings. You have I forget the purple buildings, and then there's production buildings. But I haven't played it in probably a little over a year. The physical version, there is a digital version, not very well implemented, but this is one that I thoroughly enjoy, and it's one that we've played so much when we first got it, and I'm terrible at it. Not that my wife knows every combination in the book, She will. She knows them all, and she always figures out what strategy I'm going for, and she knows what strategy beats it, and she gets to it so fast. So
I hear you, man. We got games like that too, and I'm just like, oh god.
But what's cool about this one, I think, like a lot of card games, is that we've traveled with this a lot. We've taken the cards, put it in a deck box, and we just pack the deck box in a backpack, and we take it with us. So that's a fun one. So check out San Juan. The other one that's a different theme I meant to say is Race for the Galaxy. They're pretty much same type of game. Race for the Galaxy, I think, is a little bit more nuanced with the iconography, so this one makes it a little bit easier, but I like the idea of use your cards to pay for the resources, which is pretty cool.
Nice. Yeah, we've never played it either.
Yeah, it's like that dry Euro theme. It's definitely not going to be getting you on theme, but it's definitely more mechanics based. So
you're not selling Jamie on this.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
I was like, oh no.
And it's funny because my wife loves themed, but this is one I think mechanically she just gravitated to, but probably because she just destroys me at it.
Yeah.
Right. Fair enough.
I would argue it's probably a lot of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That works for me usually.
So we're on our last one for this list before we hop over to, take the people, send them over to your channel. So number 4, what do you guys have?
Number 4, I can see on your shelf too.
Oh, okay.
Our number 4, another deck builder, of course, is Clank. A deck building adventure.
I love this game.
It's so good.
Yeah.
We've played this game a ton. This would have been definitely one that was a gateway game for us. Kind of that next step above Dominion. I think we played a little bit of Dominion and then we jumped into Clank via Jamie's brother Zach that we've mentioned a few times. Clank is just one that always comes back. Mechanically, it's great. I always kind of associate it with The Hobbit, and you're chasing down Smaug's treasures. But yeah, in Clank, you're basically building a deck. It's a deck builder, and you're exploring this dungeon castle-y area, trying to kind of grab some loot and get back out
without waking up the dragon,
without dying to a bunch of random dragon attacks. But Clank is one that we've had since we started, and it just comes back constantly. I just love everything about this game. The deck building component's great. The movement down the dungeon's great, and the push your luck aspect of it as well. It's got a lot going on.
We do also have Clank in Space, and we've played Clank Legacy as well.
Okay.
So we're invested in Clank.
I prefer Clank in Space. I've been asking some of our viewers their opinions on this. But I think I prefer Clank in Space.
I like the classic.
A little bit more going on strategy wise for me.
Yeah, I think with that too. I prefer the original. Well, I have a lot invested in this as well. I have everything for it. All the different maps and whatnot. But I've never played Legacy. I heard that's incredible.
So good.
And Space I have played. I like the modular board and trying to get to that, that escape capsule, which is pretty cool. But I think the classic is so good for people who are newer to the hobby. But I like how it does, like I said, it mixes up just the idea of deck building, but incorporates it with that board, that movement throughout the board. It's just one that's fun. I know some people, I hear them kind of say, I like Clank, and I have other people that are really big fans of the Dungeons and Dragons themed one, Tyrants of the Underdark.
I haven't played that one.
I hear a lot of people talk about. I haven't played that either. I've never been heavy in the D&D universe. I never played D&D role playing, but that one is fun. I do enjoy that. So I love Clank. It's definitely, it was in my top 5 at one point. I don't know if I re-ranked it. It's definitely in my top 10. I know that.
I think
it's in both of our top 10s.
It's a great one.
Just for the nostalgia alone, it's like,
I don't know if I would ever knock it out of my top 10.
I don't know.
I'm sure I will at some point, but it'd take a lot.
It'd be tough.
This one is my number 4 that I forgot to drop through. Now, this is a classic. You probably have definitely have heard this game. This is what I guess is like one of the quintessential gateway games for most people. And it is Carcassonne. And I like classic Carcassonne. I love tile laying. Tile laying is an incredible mechanic. I can't. I think I have so many tile laying games in my collection, but I continuously go back to this one. This is one that my wife and I have some serious cutthroat matches in. Like a 30 to 40 minute game can turn into like a little over an hour just because we're trying to figure out, when are we going to lay those farmers down? Who's trying to build the biggest city? And we'll have it gets cutthroat, and we argue over the scores and what counted, what didn't count. But this one's fun. We even have a travel edition that we take with us. It's like a little in a bag. I got it years ago, and that thing is so worn out. But it is. Carcassonne goes with us camping. It goes with us on every trip that we go to. It's probably our most traveled game.
Wow.
But it's not, like I said, it's only at 4 because there's sometimes we just go on vacation and just forget to play it. But I love it. You guys play this one?
I have. Jeff hasn't, and I want to teach him. But so we go to the Boardroom Game Cafe here in our local city, and they have like 400 games to choose from. And we're going on Sunday, and that's one of them. So I really want to play Jeff in that game.
I'm very scared to play something that it's interesting that you're saying you're super cutthroat with your wife, because like that's our dynamic as well. And to take that into a public forum.
I'm ready. I'm ready to take it.
I don't know how that's going to go over, but I guess we'll see.
It's going to go great for me.
Well, I think what's cool about this one, like for those that are not super cutthroat, this is a game that doesn't have to be cutthroat.
No.
This is a game that you can, just, have your coffee, your tea, your alcoholic beverage, whatever you want, to sit back, glass of wine, and just enjoy and lay some tiles and, put some people in cities. Like it's fun like that. But if you're really, competitive, this one gets competitive. There's a lot of blocking in how you build. You're not going to give that good tile up to somebody. So
never.
I was going to say, it sounds like you guys are a lot like us. Like we can take any sort of passive game and make it competitive.
Yep.
It does not matter.
Yes, definitely. When my wife watches this is what she's going to laugh about. She's going to say, oh yeah, this is one that we've gone back and forth. That's probably. I want to say this is the one we argued over the most.
That's a good list, actually. That might be a good list too.
Yeah. Hey, listen, we'll come back to that one, right? We'll definitely come back to that one.
Yeah.
So that's my number 4, and I don't know how we close it out, but we'll close it out. So, guys, thank you for this portion of this top 6. So viewers out there, this is our top 6. The big first half of our top 6. Mm-hmm. So if you want to listen to the rest of it, go down to the link. I'm going to put a link down in the description. I'm going to put a card up there, here, somewhere up here. Just look for it, to Jeff and Jamie's channel, Foster the Meeple, so you can see where this list goes. What else is on this list? Do we have another honorable mention that we can share? But what are our top 3? There's some great games. Yeah. I think this was I've played so many games. I had to go through my BG stats to kind of figure out.
We did too.
We did too.
Yeah. So for those that don't know, BG Stats is an app on your phone that you can kind of track your plays. And if you're a really big nerd like myself, I track my plays. I even track my digital plays too, but I went off of my life plays. Yeah. So awesome. So we're going to hop over to your channel to get the rest of these guys. So I'm going to close this one out. All right. So thank you guys so much. And we'll see you guys over on your channel. All right.
Thanks, Jazz.
No problem, guys. So thank you so much again for stopping through the Lobby of Hobbies. Again, go down into the description below. Check this one out. Check the rest of the list out. Also, when you go over to that Foster the Meeple channel, subscribe to Jeff and Jamie's channel. They have some awesome content. You definitely want to check it out. The dynamic of these two are incredible, as you can see. And we're going to have some more for you. So stay tuned. Again, thanks for watching.